Ok, solo para probar que en YouTube se escucha perfecto. Hello, Gabby. Good morning.
Hi, Isra. Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing fine. A little bit nervous, but yeah, I'm doing great.
Nervous. You do this all the time.
Yeah, I know, but this is kind of the first time in English, and we just crossed our max number of sign up. So really excited. Like we got more than 1,000 people signing up.
That's fantastic. Congratulations. It's super exciting to be part of this.
Yeah, thank you so much. And I mean, you were one of the first VCs to confirm, so thank you even more.
Oh, I love that. Well, awesome.
Okay, so we'll start in 5 minutes more. Um, so yeah, just to let you know that just a few minutes more to begin, right?
Okay. And you can hear me okay, right?
Yep, everything sounds good.
Perfect. Thank you. And I'll be sharing my screen. Right. Cool.
Yep, yep. Okay. Okay. No, bro. No way. Hmm. Okay, there it is. Okay, there it is. Hey, good morning, everyone. How's your day going? Welcome to this reverse pitch event. It's a pleasure and an honor. You hear me good, right? Please let me know in the chat, people here in Zoom and people in YouTube, just to know that my microphone is performing well and that my video is also well, that my camera is working pretty well. So welcome everyone. My name is Israel Garcia and I'll be your host today. This is a very interesting day for Startup Links. Because for the first time, Startup Links is hosting a reverse pitch focused in US-based institutional investors supporting Latin American startups below Series A. This is pre-seed, seed, and late seed stage. So before getting started, please let us know in the chat, where are you following this event from? What's the name of your company, or what's the name of the institution you're representing, and of course your name. I would like to know where are you following this event from. For those joining us for the first time, I would like to introduce myself. Well, my name is, as I mentioned, Israel Garcia. I am CEO and co-founder at Startup Links. Startup Links is a platform and community that helps pre-seed and seed stage Latin American startups to understand venture capital and get connections with institutional investors. Sign up for free at the startuplinks.world and get access to our database of institutional investors, video content. We are hosting 2 podcasts. The first one that we call Hacking Rounds, and the second one where we are interviewing VCs and asking them like, hey, what's your thesis, your process, any recommendations or tips for first-time founders? And the Hacking Rounds podcast is about asking founders about their last round. Like, hey, how long did it take you to raise this round? How many investors did you have to speak with? What was the instrument? And many other recommendations and information that they share with us. There's also a catalog of perks. We have a pool of mentors, and there's a section where you'll be able to find open acceleration calls for startups all over Latam. And in order to facilitate connections with investors, startups fill up our form at the fundraising section. And if we consider that you are ready to fundraise, we'll help you with one-on-one connections, appearance in our newsletter for investors, and you might get invited to pitch in our demo hour event. If we consider that you are not ready, we'll provide you feedback, recommendations of content, mentor, podcasts, or acceleration programs you can apply to. So, what's happening here in the chat? Where are you people following this? I see, okay, let me scroll up a little bit. We're based in Canada, Johan, San Francisco, Fair, Mexico City, Roberto, Noctos, FinTech Mexico, We Are Eterno, NFT and Esport from Argentina, Ana Prieto from Colombia, Elias from Australia. Okay, that it's pretty. I guess it's night already over Australia. Costa Rica, Dominican Republic, Insurtech, Mexico City again, Argentina, Mexico, Chile. Okay, many places. And what's happening over here on YouTube? Buenos Aires, León, Joaquín, everything's good. Okay, that's the sound thing. Daniela from Chile, Alberto from Peru, Argentina, Adriano, Andrea from Inogen. Hey, Andrea, good to see you here. Guatemala, Manuel from Guatemala, Digital Valley from Venezuela, Nicolas, Mexico, Argentina again, Guatemala, many people from Argentina actually, Ecuador, Mexico, Bolivia, Uruguay, Alejandro, Sebastián. Well, many countries. Thank you so much for sharing with us. So, some quick announcement before getting started. Each institution have 3.5 minutes to present its thesis, process, program, team, and how you startups can reach them out. So please, speakers, help us to stay on track by not extending your presentation longer. This event is being recorded and will be published in our video content section. And also, each individual pitch will be published on its own profile in our database. Remember, everyone, please keep your microphone and camera off. If you're a speaker, please turn it on until the previous speaker finishes. And if you publish something in your social media, please tag us. We have Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn. You can find us as startuplinks.world or startuplinks.w. So with that being said, let's get this started. So I'm happy to present the first institution of the day. There you are already. Gabby from Harlem Capital. Thank you so much for joining us today. And it's a pleasure and an honor. Whenever you're ready, you already have co-host permissions.
Fantastic. And can you see my screen?
Yep, we can see your screen already.
Fantastic. Thanks so much for having me. And hi, everybody. I'm Gabby Cazo, and I'm an investor at Harlem Capital. And we're an early stage venture capital fund that's on a mission to change the face of entrepreneurship by investing in 1,000 diverse founders over the next 20 years. Back when we started in 2015, our team started seeing the challenges faced by women and diverse founders when accessing venture capital funding. We decided to focus directly on investing in this target founder because we saw this huge market inefficiency and a huge opportunity. We're currently investing out of our second fund, which is $134 million, where we're backing the best founders and already on our way to accomplishing our mission. So for us, everything starts with our values. And I'd like to hit on our top three. Over communication, process is religion, and data drives decisions. As founders, when you work with our team in the diligence process, or even as a company post-investment, you'll see these values come through in everything that we do. And when we're evaluating companies in our diligence process, we look for this value alignment as well. As a firm, we are long-term focused investors and really believe that having that value alignment upfront sets us all up for success. So we are a team of 7 folks with backgrounds ranging from private equity, finance, engineering, and media. And we really bring all of the experiences that we have and the power of our platform to supporting our founders in everything that we do. So as a firm, right now we're investing out of our second fund, which is $134 million. We plan to invest in 40 to 45 companies, primarily at the seed stage, where we invest $1 to $2 million in those rounds, looking for 10 to 15% ownership. We're largely industry agnostic, but do have a special love for fintech, e-commerce, software, and Web3. We've already made our first investment in Latin America in a company called Turbodega and are really excited to continue backing incredible founders. The only thing we ask is that companies are a Delaware C Corp when we invest. So for our investment process, we try to move pretty quickly. It starts with an initial meeting with someone on our team, followed by a second meeting with one of our partners as well. If that's favorable, we get your data room to look at your financials and understand a little bit more about the market opportunity and diligence through our own research. We present that to our team, and then if that's favorable, we move to a full partner meeting where our full team and your full management team meet, and we really get into the details about the business and understanding who you are. After that, we'll put together an investment committee memo, move to our investment committee, and then make a decision. As investors, we are high speed and high conviction and really excited about every opportunity that we pursue. So once we invest, what does it look like for us to support founders that we work with? Well, we really focus on 4 key areas of adding value: fundraising, financial analysis, marketing and media, and community and network. From a fundraising perspective, we help to build strong syndicates for all of the companies that we invest in at the pre-seed or seed stage. And then through our network, make sure that our companies are connected to the right later stage investors to enable their growth going forward. From a financial analysis standpoint, we love getting into the weeds with companies to help them understand their business that much better. And from a marketing and media standpoint, this is probably one of our strongest pillars as a fund. Harlem Capital is a marketing powerhouse, and whether it's through our own social platforms and expertise or through the marketing partners that we work with and help support our companies, our founders have everything they need to grow and thrive. And then we really think about the power of our community and network. We really bring so many folks to the table to help support our founders and get them the insight that they need. So whether it's someone on our team helping to support one-on-one, or let's say it's not someone on our team can't answer that question, the advice and insight that founders need is really only just a phone call away. So thanks again for the opportunity to pitch you today. If you're interested in learning more about Harlem Capital, you can check out our website at harlem.capital. And if you'd like to pitch us, you can do that on our site as well at harlem.capital/pitch. The rest of this presentation is also hosted there, so please check it out. And we're super excited to continue backing more great founders in Latin America. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Gabi. Thanks for your presentation and your participation. Next, we have Finca International. Welcome, Melissa Thickle, Investment Manager. You already have co-host permission, so you should be able to share your screen already. Nice. You are on mute, but we can see your screen now. Well, we are watching like not the presentation, but kind of the support screen, maybe, when you clicked on full screen.
Yes, 1 second here. Now, can you see the full presentation?
Yep.
Okay, great. Sorry about that. Hi, everyone. My name is Melissa Tickle, and I'm an investment manager at Finca Ventures. Finca Ventures is an early stage impact investor that is based in Washington, D.C., but invests across emerging markets. So Finca Ventures is part of a larger organization called Finca International that has been in the microfinance space now for about 40 years. So we're the majority owner of 20 microfinance banks globally, 5 in Latin America, about 5 in Sub-Saharan Africa, and the rest in Eurasia and Eastern Europe. Finca Ventures was launched to invest in early stage companies that are helping increase access to basic goods and services for lower income populations in the countries that we work in. And we have about 18 portfolio companies to date. 17 of these portfolio companies are in Sub-Saharan Africa. We started investing in Latin America last year and are excited about growing our portfolio there and why we're participating in this event. We invest mainly across health, agriculture, and financial inclusion. Within Latin America, our strategy is focused on financial inclusion, but includes health and agriculture verticals. So looking at lending, savings, and insurance products kind of across the board. We invest between 100,000 to 500,000 in seed through Series A of fundraising and allow additional capital for follow-on. And this can be through convertible notes, through safe notes, or through straight equity. Within our agriculture strategy, we are looking at trying to increase climate resiliency and then income and productivity increases for smallholders farmers specifically, and recognizing that the demographic is different in Latin America versus sub-Saharan Africa. So still figuring out our strategy there, but again, focusing on access to agricultural finance and insurance. Within our more general financial inclusion investment strategy, we're looking at two types of business models. So one, looking to expand financial infrastructure and accelerate digital transformation for incumbent financial institutions, and then also looking at direct-to-consumer products that extend responsible financial services to underserved communities. There's a couple of examples of portfolio companies listed below. The investment we made in Latin America was in the digital challenger bank designed for women, but we look for a variety of different types of business models. We also have a gender lens strategy, so we're looking at gender lens from the perspective of management team and company structure, and then also looking at the types of products and services that are being offered by the company, and assess whether or not they're meeting the needs of their female user base. In terms of post-investment support, so we support on a variety of different things, including fundraising and operational support, but are also looking to, where possible, partner our portfolio companies with our microfinance bank institutions to provide access to licensing, customer base, and an area or kind of a sandbox environment for testing out new products. Additionally, we have our own research team that has mainly supported our microfinance bank customers and banks, but has been working with a number of our portfolio companies recently to design baseline studies, customer surveys to better assess NPS, and also looking at new market regional expansion. Our investment process takes about 10 weeks from start to finish. We have a two-step IC process, but generally can move pretty quickly. Our team is made up of two people currently, so our managing director and then myself, both based in Washington, DC, but travel quite frequently. And then companies are welcome to either email me directly at melissatickle@finca.org or reach out via the website. We have a contact us form, and we generally answer most of the inquiries that come through there. So happy to just discuss more about our process. Thank you.
Thank you, Melissa, and congratulations. We just saw that NASCA featured you on their market site in Times Square. So congratulations.
Yes, it did. Thank you.
Okay, now it's First Check Ventures' turn. So representing them, welcome to the party, Ali Jamal, founding partner.
Hi, everybody. I'm Ali Jamal. I run First Check Ventures, which is an angel syndicate run on AngelList. So Angel Syndicate, basically I'm an angel. I started my career in investment banking, did a few years as a data scientist, but I've spent the last 10 years in product and growth roles for mobile app companies. I spent 5 years in the Valley, and then the last 5 years kind of globally leading growth at several large, Fortune 500 companies, and spent the last couple of years in Latin America leading growth and performance marketing at a couple of unicorns. I was the head of performance marketing for Rappi, and I was based in Bogota, Colombia, and then became the head of performance marketing and growth in Mexico City. On the side, I'd been investing in companies for a dozen years personally, and wanted a way to tap in and share those opportunities with my friends and my network. So I launched First Check Ventures in July of 2020 and have kind of been growing the network ever since. We now have more than 3,000 LPs. We did almost 100 deals since our start. We've invested in more than 40 companies in LATAM, and mainly pre-seed and seed. Checks go anywhere from 100,000 up to $1 million. We're literally the first check in about 80% of our portfolio. So we're trying to come in early and be as helpful as possible. trying to utilize my background with growth and performance marketing, but also the help of the syndicate, which has LPs from all over LATAM as well as the US and kind of globally. So, friends that I went to school with, people that I used to work with at Rappi or at Clip, people that I've met along the journey are all in trying to help each of these portfolio companies grow. We were the first investor in Yummy, the Venezuelan super app. We were the first investor in Trenta, the Colombian bookkeeping app. We were the first investor in Plurk, the first investor in Sprout. So we made investments in 10 different countries across Latin America and are really trying to partner up with as many great companies as possible. You can connect with me directly on LinkedIn. It's just Ali Jamal, ALIJAMAL, or you can find us on our website, and it's open for pitch deck submissions. I'll put my LinkedIn as well as the website for First Check Ventures and also our Angel Syndicate homepage. We're open to people joining and helping out the community.
Nice. Thank you, Ali, for joining us today. I'm going to paste your information also in YouTube for the people following this event on YouTube. Thank you so much, Ali. Before moving forward with our next participant, that is Nucleus Emerging Markets. Neil, get ready. But before that, I'm going to share a brief message of one of our sponsors. So I'm going to stop your video a little bit. Neil, sorry for that. But I'm going to share my screen because I want to share with you guys something from AWS, one of our sponsors of this event. Well, AWS helps startups scale their business with AWS technology. They're passionate about helping startups succeed, get access to 5,000 credits on AWS to start building your startup. Sign up to Startup Links and visit our perks section and apply to AWS perks for free. This is the link that I'll be sharing with you also on the chat, but it is as simple as coming to Startup Links.world community, then the menu. I am already in, so you have to create an account. You have to sign up. Perks, and this is it. Click, and you are ready to start with the process. So thank you so much, AWS. It's been very great working with you guys, Alex and Danielle. As always, a pleasure. Yeah. Okay, now Neil, moving forward, please welcome to the party. You already have co-host permissions. There it is. We can see your screen now.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Israel. Great to see everyone here, and thanks for joining. My name is Neil Agrawal. I'm the founding partner at Nucleus EMB. And we're focused on our general thesis is that financial inclusion, upward mobility are huge opportunities for growth in LATAM. And we want to be part of the journey of great founders that are meeting this market potential. So as mentioned, we're investing in early stage technology companies in LATAM. You all already are very familiar with the ecosystem, so I'll skip some of this, but we're seeing a great wealth of new talent coming to LATAM over the past couple of years. We've been focused on the earlier stages, so generally valuations of less than 30 million when we're writing our first checks. But we do like to see some initial traction and growth when we do enter. The The main sector that we're focusing on is fintech. So some of the areas that we've been involved with in the past are payments, infrastructure, open banking, a lot of financing and lending, capital markets, more efficient markets, savings companies. And now we're very much starting to look at the emerging area of crypto and blockchain in LATAM. We think the DeFi applications will be huge in the region. And then occasionally we'll look at other adjacent sectors like prop tech, insurtech, and then opportunistically at e-commerce and health tech as things come up, because I think these will also be huge growth areas in the region. Some basic things we look for: unique solution with serving an underserved market and huge growth potential, great management teams, ideally some local partners as well. And then our main value add to startups is helping with future fundraising, so connecting with both equity and debt investors locally and internationally. We have a great ecosystem of complementary portfolio companies, so our fintech companies are already starting to partner and learn from each other. We have experienced managers on the team that have scaled companies in the past and can also give more formal services like CFO or tech development, and then also help companies expand to different countries within LATAM. Great team, both older and younger people. And then this is our portfolio so far. So we have 3 investments in Mexico, 2 in Colombia, and 1 in Peru, but looking pan-regionally. So thank you so much for having me, and looking forward to hearing from a lot of you. You can reach us at our website or email me, LinkedIn, whatever is easiest.
Thank you so much, Neil, for your presentation. Just one second. Now it's Hustle Fund turn. So Xiyan, welcome to the party, co-founder and general partner. Whenever you're ready, you can already share your screen.
Hi, I'm not gonna put some slides on. I'm just gonna talk, I think. Hey guys, I'm Xiyan from Hustle Fund. I'm actually dialing in from Singapore. And so we're a pre-seed fund. So we're really focused on companies in the earliest stages, and we invest globally. And so I think you may follow my partner, Elizabeth, on Twitter. And so we're really focused on enabling companies through knowledge, capital, and access. And so knowledge is through, helping folks get up to speed on the early stage fundraising environment, and also on go-to-market, which is where we really spend a lot of time with our companies. Capital, of course, money, everybody wants checks, and then access and network, which is, through our large group of relationships that we have with founders and operators through all of our years working in Silicon Valley, helping companies to accelerate their businesses and advance them. And so, I think our model is a bit unique. We write a $50K initial first check. We work with teams through our go-to-market focused program called Redwood School. And then we make a decision about a larger check, anywhere from 100 to 500K. Over the last 3 years, we've written about 300 of these initial checks, and in about 20% of the cases, we've written a larger follow-on check. We're pre-seed, we're internet and software generalists, and so we will invest in anything that is internet or software enabled. And no hardware, no biotech, but other than that, we're pretty open. And although we invest primarily in North America and Southeast Asia, we have written a number of checks into Latin America, mostly in partnership with some of our fellow emerging managers, some of who we see on this panel, Ali from First Check, and a number of others. And so we're called Hustle Fund for a reason. The thing that we care a lot about is what is the hustle of the founder and the founding team. And to us, we define hustle as pace of execution and the rate of decision making. So how fast are people learning and iterating and progressing? We know that in the earliest stages, there isn't a lot of traction or numbers to look at. And so really what we're focused on is how well do teams learn and make progress. And we believe that the best way to understand that is by working with them. And that's why our model is structured the way it is. And so I think a lot of our companies, I think what they find useful is the go-to-market focus. I think in the beginning, what people want most is customers. And that's really where we spend our time most. And so, yeah, that's a little bit about us at Hustle Fund. And yeah, would welcome you guys to follow us on Twitter, get to know us through our webinars and other content that we put out. And feel free to reach out to any of the GPs. Yeah, would love to learn more about kind of what you're hustling on and what problems you're solving. We believe that, great founders can look like anyone and come from anywhere. And so we look forward to meeting you. All right, it is past midnight here, so hopefully that made enough sense for folks. Israel, you can tell me whether it did or not.
It was
not too
perfect.
delirious, perhaps.
No, it was perfect. Thank you so much. And yeah, thank you so much for joining. It's midnight over Singapore, so it was a pleasure and an honor, of course.
Yeah, and look forward to seeing all of you. All right, take it easy, guys.
Thank you. Okay, our following participant is Finca Ventures. So Nick Moran, general partner, is next on the list. There it is. Nick, welcome to the party. You already have co-host permission, so whenever you're ready.
Thank you, Israel. Appreciate it. I'm not going to walk through slides. I don't like it when founders walk through slides on pitches, so I'm not going to put you through that. I'll tell you a little bit of background on the firm, and it will give you context on why we invest the way we invest at NewStack. So I was in corporate America. I was a finance guy, did M&A, and found myself in an entrepreneurial role where I launched a new innovative technology. This technology was a reinvention for how compounds are tested in drinking water. And we got really lucky and really fortunate with that product. It did over 100 million in revenue its first year. And I was able to leave corporate America when I was 32. This is 10 years ago. And I moved back to Chicago. We had been out west, but moved back to Chicago, and I started investing in startups. And quickly I realized that access to capital was incredibly constrained in the middle of the country, in the middle of the United States. And as our profile grew and as we did more investments, we became one of the first syndicates on AngelList. I know Ali is here too. He does great investments there with First Check. But we started doing investments on AngelList, and we saw this big gap in the market. There are entrepreneurs out there that have incredible mindsets and all the capability of their San Francisco and New York counterparts, but they can't get access to funding. Gender plays a role. Race plays a role, but education, if you didn't go to Stanford or Harvard, that plays a role. Your experience, if you didn't work at Google or one of the FANG companies or some hot startup, that's valued at over $1 billion, that plays a role. And finally, and probably most importantly, just where you're located. If location alone can prevent incredible, tenacious, category-defining founders from accessing the capital that they deserve. And we saw this disconnect, right? The VC market was growing. We read about these huge rounds in TechCrunch. Valuations are expanding, and yet the founders in the middle of the country in Chicago and Minneapolis and Indianapolis and even places like Atlanta, Salt Lake City, they could not get the funding at pre-seed and seed or even the angel rounds. I came across this tweet from Jason Lemkin recently, and he said, the new mega seed funds help firms firms win the obvious seed deals. They are so competitive now. The deals with the right teams, the right schools, the right spin outs, and epic but early traction. The non-obvious seed deals still have a dearth of capital. So here we started this firm in 2015. I started investing in 2013, and this problem persists. Even today, it's 2022, and the best founders building the best companies still can't access the capital that they merit just because they're not located in the predominant tech hubs. So we've built a firm with a thesis investing in outsiders. We invest in those folks that aren't located in the Bay Area and didn't go to Stanford and didn't work for Google, but they have all the ability, and in many cases even more so, because they have more to prove than their counterparts that are located in the Valley. So at NewStack, we invest in outsiders. We are outsiders. I never worked for a big tech company. I didn't spin out from a major venture firm. So we've had to earn everything we've gotten. We're a startup too. NewStack's a startup. It's led by a bunch of outsiders. None of us have Ivy League provenance or big tech experience. And yet we've produced a top decile fund since 2015. Our thesis is to lead and co-lead angel, pre-seed, and seed deals. Our average check size is $1 million. We predominantly invest in enterprise SaaS. It's about 80% of what we do, but we're generalists. So we've done a little consumer and we've done some deep tech too. I would say the major areas are fintech, prop tech, supply chain, healthcare, and e-commerce. And fortunately for us, we just closed our first deal in Mexico, an amazing company called Digit that's based in Guadalajara. We have conviction to invest in Latin America. We want to do more deals in Mexico and beyond. And again, we're NewStack Ventures, and we invest in outsiders.
Thank you, Nick. What's your website so people can reach you out?
Newstack.com, NEWSTACK.com. And if you want to send us a pitch, just send it to team@newstack.vc. We also have the VC. Thank you, guys.
Okay, I'll share it also here on YouTube. Well, thank you so much, Nick, and congratulations on your first investment. I had the chance to meet the founder of Digit maybe a couple of weeks back. They are doing pretty interesting things. I think you didn't press enter, Nick, so we just hear you typing, but the message didn't get through the chat. Okay, moving forward, and before receiving our next speaker, I want to share with you a message of one of our sponsors. So where it is? This is it. Okay, you can see my screen now. Yeah. So one of our sponsors today is CFO Bix, a bookkeeping, accounting, and business consulting company for Mexican startups and Latin American startups in the US. This is if you are a Mexican startup operating just in Mexico, they can help you with the bookkeeping and accounting services. And if you are ready to scale and go to the US, they are going to be a great partner for you. You can go to their website, cfobix.com, and you gotta enter the whole services information. Or you can send them an email. This is the email contact. Someone has their microphone on. Can you please turn it on? Turn it off. So yeah, thank you so much, CFO Bix, for sponsoring this great event. And this is the information, guys, for you to reach them out. So stop sharing my screen and Okay, we have next New Type Ventures. Is Griffin already here? Griffin, are you over here by the Zoom maybe? I guess he's not yet, so. Okay, we're going to skip New Type Ventures. When Griffin gets to the call, it's going to be his turn. Oh, there you are.
Hey,
Hey,
how's it going? Can
Griffin.
you hear me?
Very good. Are you ready? This is your turn now.
I'm ready to roll.
Okay, just give me 1 second. I'm sharing something over there. Okay, now you should be able to share your screen, turn on your camera, and
All right, sweet. Great. Now you
there
can
it is.
see me. And I will start sharing my screen. You should be able to see the PowerPoint. Is that correct?
That's right.
Okay, excellent, excellent. Well, thank you so much for having me here today to present about New Type Ventures. Excited for the opportunity. We are a brand new fund based in Austin, Texas. We serve exceptional founders of African heritage, Latin heritage, and indigenous heritage anywhere in the world. We primarily invest at the seed stage. And as you can see, I included our investment allocation. So you can see that we do some pre-seed and some Series A investing. But for the sake of the presentation, I really focused on our seed investing function because that's really where we spend the majority of our time. So our investment range is 100K to 250K for international deals. We are totally industry agnostic. However, we do have expertise on our side in fintech, food and ag, and CPG. So these are areas that we feel particularly comfortable with and feel like we can add a lot of value, but we like to look at all types of opportunities that come our way. And while we do look at founders, anywhere in the world, our primary geographies are the USA, Latin America, and Africa. So although we are new type, we're not new to investing. So we've actually been investing, myself, our founding GP, Ethan, and our founding principal, Alejandro, together for a little over a year through a syndicate called the Agave Fund. Through the Agave Fund, we invested in 7 companies, and we invested over $750,000 in order to build basically a track record so that we could go out and raise new type ventures and have a lot more flexibility in our investments, broaden our scope in terms of our geographic focus, and also write bigger checks to support more founders. So I've included a few of our Agave Fund portfolio companies, so you can see some of our deals that we've done. We invested in Greenwood Bank, which is a fintech. They're doing a neobank for underrepresented minority founders or minorities in the U.S. Gold is a CPG product that is in the health and wellness space. Career Karma is a marketplace for upskilling in tech roles. Upswing is an ed tech focused on non-traditional students, and Clarity Value is a GovTech platform that helps with government workflows. So as you can see, we have invested in a lot of different industries, and this is all specifically from our previous syndicate. However, I'm excited to say that we did just greenlight our very first investment as New Type, which is a company that's based in Argentina in the mental health space. So what does our criteria and our process look like? Pretty straightforward. What we look for in startups are that they have live products and that they're generating revenue. So basically, the converse of that is no pre-product, pre-revenue businesses. Our process is also pretty straightforward. We take an initial call with the founders. We dive into the data room in order to do a little deeper diligence and start to better understand the opportunity. We'll then either follow up with questions via email, or we'll schedule a follow-up meeting. And this is the one section of the process I would say is the most sort of flexible, because it may be a couple meetings, it may be a meeting and follow-up questions. It just depends on each circumstance. And then we ultimately make a decision. What is, I think, unique about our team is that we are a very democratic organization. So my vote as the lowly analyst counts the same as our GP Ethan's would. So we come together, we vote as a team. If majority rules, we'll move forward and make the investment ultimately. And I've included the time frame as 3 to 4 weeks here on the slide. That's sort of if everything goes exactly the way we want it to go, and allows us to do like the most thorough diligence process. However, as I mentioned before, this may be our first fund, but we're not new to investing, and we understand that we sometimes have to move at a faster pace than that, especially as deals are, getting more competitive, rounds are closing faster. So we ultimately try to be as flexible to the founder's timeline as possible, whatever that looks like. So in terms of value add, I've included a few things here that our firm can offer founders beyond just capital: connections to later stage investors, connections to working capital. We've got great relationships with different service firms like recruiting firms, design firms that we can introduce our founders to. We've got a network of experts that we rely on, and we can also offer competitive intelligence. These are all things that we absolutely are excited to have the ability to provide our portfolio companies. However, what I will say is that something that we're super cognizant of is that we don't want to overstep in terms of trying to add value when it if anything creates friction. So what I would say is that what we ultimately like to do with our founders is build a close relationship and be supportive, however that looks like. So we depending on each founder, it may be different in terms of how involved we are and how much help we're providing. And that's really on the founder to ultimately determine what makes the most sense for them. We want to help as much as you want to be helped. So that's sort of our outlook on value add. And that's it. It's a quick overview of Nucleus Ventures. I've included my email here. That's the best way to get in contact with us. If you think that we sound like a good fit for you, I would love to talk to anybody. You can just shoot me an email with a deck, maybe an overview. We can schedule some time to connect offline. But yeah, thank you so much for this opportunity. I really appreciate it. And that's Nucleus Ventures.
Thank you so much, Griffin, for your presentation and participation. Now I would like to introduce Lorenzo Leo from Algorand Miami Accelerator. Lorenzo, you already have permissions. Hello, and
hello.
Congratulations on your demo day. I had the chance to attend a couple of weeks ago. Pretty interesting startups doing things on blockchain. So congratulations. You have already permissions to share your screen whenever you're ready.
All right. Well, thank you for having me. Just have a couple of slides. I believe you're able to see. So I'm here presenting the Algorand Miami Accelerator. So if you have a startup, if you have a project, if you have a team and a great idea, and you're focused on blockchain, then I definitely invite you to check out the Algorand Miami Accelerator. We are the first bilingual accelerator program focused on Miami, meaning not Miami the city, but Miami the community. So this is for companies from North America, from Latin America, from Europe, and more in general, like globally. So what we offer is a 10-week program. We select 10 companies, and these 10 companies go through the program, which includes education. So we have classes and workshops and office hours. We have mentorship, both as far as group sessions and one-on-ones. So we will match you with the best mentors and experts in the industry. And we will do that depending on your needs, depending on your goals. So we'll make sure that you have access to the right people. And then we're going to prepare you for demo day. So as Israel was mentioning at the end of the process, we put you in front of literally hundreds of investors who are usually like very specific, specifically focused on the blockchain, which is great, which means that, you know, there are people that understand where you come from, speak your language, and are interested in investing in projects like yours. We're based out of Miami, but in reality, the program is virtual. So this is why we like to open it up to companies from all over the world. For our first cohort that we just closed a couple of weeks ago, we had over 200 applications from 5 continents and 35 countries. We love that. We like the international spirit of the program. And remember that it's bilingual, English and Spanish, which means that you can apply even if you're not fluent in English. We're going to help you. We're going to match you with Spanish-speaking mentors, and you can actually go through the whole application process in Spanish. That helps. The whole program is virtual, although there is a 3-day in-person event in Miami during the program, which I think is a great opportunity to come to Miami and get to know your peers, your mentors, your instructors, get to know like some initial investors or potential investors, and just in general get familiar with the Miami ecosystem, which is a great ecosystem for any tech company and specifically for blockchain and crypto companies. We do invest a check upfront. For the first cohort, we offer $35,000 to the 10 selected companies. And the reason behind that is because we want to make sure that our companies can actually focus on the program during those 10 weeks. They can take advantage of all of the resources that we offer. And many companies might also need to maybe hire some resources to, to develop the product or designers or whatever. So we want to make sure that they have everything they need to go through the program. We're focused on early stage companies. Early stage means a little bit of everything. We also consider applications of teams that have not incorporated yet, that have not built a product yet. We're basically looking for good teams with great ideas and with a lot of positive energy. Of course, if you have a product that's better, we're going to ask you about your traction, but that's not necessarily a requirement. Actually, the only requirement is at the end of the program, we expect companies to have a working prototype on the blockchain by demo day. So if you don't have a product, we're going to help you throughout the program to achieve that goal. As far as industries, we're open to anything, all things blockchain. We like DeFi, we like NFT, we like fintech. More in general, we like social impact oriented project, no matter what vertical or what industry. But in general, like even if those are the typical categories, we invite you to apply. If your idea is good, if you have a good team, then we're going to consider your application no matter what industry it's focused on. And last but not least, yes, it's all about blockchain, but we work with Algorand. Algorand is our co-founder. And so that is a requirement. You will have to develop your product on Algorand, which is honestly a great requirement because Algorand is the best blockchain out there. So it's not a limitation, it's actually a pro. If you're already working on Algorand, I'm sure this is the right program for you. If you're not working on Algorand, this might be the right opportunity for you to get on Algorand, discover how it works and all of the benefits that it offers, both on a technical perspective and also on a community perspective. So this is a great program, especially for companies in Latin America who want to get into blockchain and Algorand specifically. This is my contact information. We do not have an open call right now, so we haven't announced the dates of the next program, although we're about to do so. In the meantime, just check out the website and there is a form. If you're interested, if you want to know when the next program is going to be available, there is a form. Please send us your information and we're going to make sure that you will be at least part of the next recruitment phase. You can also reach out to me by email. I'm going to copy these links in the chat here and in YouTube, and I believe this is it.
Thank you so much, Lorenzo, and see you hopefully tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow. I'll see you there, man. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Okay, so LatVC is our next institutional investor pitching. I don't know if Laura is already here. Also, Natalia Gonzalez, please get ready. Okay, there it is, Laura. So just a quick reminder, please help us to stick to the time. So the events, there it is. Welcome, Laura, managing partner of LatVC. You can already share your screen. So whenever you're ready.
Gracias. Un momento.
There it is. We can see your screen now.
Hola amigos, Laura Moreno Lucas. Good to see everybody. So we are LatVC. We are the only venture fund here in the US focused on Latinos in the US. And we also work with Latinos that are creating innovative businesses in Latam, but also have a Delaware C Corp here in the US. So that is our mission. We started in 2019, and we did this because of the simple reason that we all know that Latinos have been underfunded for many, many years. I'm a former founder myself, so I understand the struggle. And as a Latina, I understand how hard it is to access capital. So how do we do this? We invest early in pre-seed, seed, and Series A. We deploy anywhere from 200 all the way up to 2 million. And what we do is we accelerate companies quickly to shorten cycle times. And we also elevate their visibility through our conference in September called Latitude the conference, where we have thousands of Latinos come and present their ideas. Our leadership team is one of the first US Latino to run a Fortune 200 company, Sol Trujillo. So as you can see, our team is full of Latinos. So we are 100% Latino representatives. So we understand and speak your language and know some of the challenges that you face, not only in terms of accessing capital, but growing and retaining wealth. Our leadership, as I mentioned, is comprised of Sol Trujillo, Oscar Munoz, who is the CEO and former CEO of United Airlines, and current chairman, Gary Acosta, who runs NAREP, the largest Latino-led real estate organization, and Kenny Blanco, former BlackRock, and myself, who my background is NASDAQ. I took some of the largest companies public. My last IPO was Airbnb. So when we think about how to really help Latino founders, we also look at it from, although we're investing in early stages, we understand every single aspect of the process all the way to an IPO or an exit. As we know, the statistics of funding our community have been horrendous, although we are the ones that are creating the businesses, small businesses, startups. We are still seeing that we are underfunded. So that's why we created LatVC. So the fund itself, we're a $100 million venture fund. Again, we are investing here, right here in the US, but we do support entrepreneurs who have a startup that also addresses the LatAm market. We, like I mentioned, we invest in seed all the way up to pre-seed, all the way up to Series A. You have to be tech enabled, so your business can, be a standard CPG company, but as long as it's tech tech-enabled, we will look at it. Has to be high impact, and again, US based. One of the differentiators between us and a lot of the other venture funds is that we have a very significant conference in September that brings all Latinos together. Last year, we had thousands and thousands of Latinos across the United States, and also CEOs, political leaders, and investors, so that you really are able to come together and support the ecosystem, again, as a Latino or Latina. And we provide this platform so that we highlight our portfolio and allow you to have a demo day, much like the other accelerators, but again, you're pitching to your community. And finally, I'm really proud that, since 2019, we've made significant progress in comparison to a lot of the other firms. We are 40% Latina in our portfolio and have created over 450 jobs here alone. And we have several other accolades that we've reached over the past year. In terms of our investment process, it's about an 8-week process. You meet initially with actually a partner. So we don't have any pre-screening. You meet with myself or one of the other partners. If we believe you are a fit, then you meet with a second partner, and then we go through a diligence process that usually takes 3 weeks, and then we deploy capital very quickly. And that's it. Gracias, amigos.
Thank you, Laura. What email or website should startups reach you out?
Yeah, it's www.LatVC. And my email is laura.lucas@latvc.com.
Nice. Okay. Thank you so much, Laura, for joining us today. Last but not least, Natalia Gonzalez from Softbank. Natalia, you already have co-host permissions, and welcome to the conversation.
Wonderful. Hi, everyone. Natalia, very nice to meet you. Let's see if I can share this real quick. It's a pretty simple slide, but I think it might help guide our conversation. Can you see it? Yep. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, great. So again, super excited to be here. Hi, everyone. Natalia Gonzalez Vela from the Softbank Early Stage Latin America team. As a quick overview, I think everybody knows Softbank for their big growth stage efforts in Latin America, including companies like Rappi, Kavak, et cetera. And kind of what happened along that growth stage journey is that they realized that they wanted to continue being competitive in this space. They needed to start, nurturing the ecosystem earlier on, and not just with capital, but with resources, with, knowledge sharing, et cetera. And that's when they constituted their early stage team. And the early stage team was born all under the $8 billion LATAM umbrella. However, we are a carve out of $300 million within that structure, that we maintain all the relationships with the growth team. However, we do operate as an independent team with our own thesis, et cetera. That thesis is LATAM, of course, companies seed to Series B, tickets 2 million to 20 million, industry agnostic, and we really do mean that. Currently, we have around 11 companies in our portfolio, not all announced. The fund is only 6 months old, and we have things from fintech, creator economy, logistics, e-commerce, crypto. So we really are all over the map. We really believe on being boots on the ground in our ecosystems and being, part of the community, immersed in what's going on. So we have offices in Sao Paulo and in Mexico City. We have the 3 partners that are based out of Sao Paulo and a big chunk of the team there. And then there is a team on the ground in Mexico City, including myself and my colleague Mario, that lead all Spanish-speaking LATAM investments. Although the team works as a unit, right? We're constantly collaborating with our Brazilian colleagues. We're all aware of mutual deal flow, all of that. And yeah, so that's kind of the pillars of the thesis. Something that we're really focused on internally for this fund is one, collaborating with the ecosystem in terms of co-investing. We're super open to our founders having diverse investors on the cap table, building ownership over time so that there is a diversity of experience, knowledge, expertise, regional, affinity, etc. Our team itself is also super hands-on with our founders. And let me clarify what I mean by that. We totally respect and understand that it's your company and we want you to be in the driver's seat. But if there is ever any questions, any problems, anything that needs collaborating on, we're there, right? You can WhatsApp us at any time. We're super involved with talking to our founders day to day, making introductions, sharing resources, etc. Our team itself has partners that are, lifetime, very successful investors, and also founders that have been operators, CFOs, lawyers, accountants. We have a very, I think, holistic and complete team. And another thing that we're super focused on in this fund is being community builders, right? Which goes back to us being boots on the ground. We're trying to plan local office hours, events, continuous coffee chats, like knowledge sharing, newsletters, so that we can share all the learnings from growth and really help that scale up in the early stage. And I think lastly, to conclude, our process, what it looks nowadays is a founder will usually get a first meeting with one of the associate investors. And then from there, we have a pipeline review every Monday where we discuss all opportunities we saw in the week. And then from there, we give a quick go or no go to respect the founder's time. And then from there, seed deals usually take around 2 to 3 weeks to give a term sheet. Series A, 4 to 6, really depending on the opportunity, geography, industry. We go into a due diligence phase and then deploy the capital quickly. And I believe that's about it. If you would like to reach me, you can find me on LinkedIn, or you can email me at natalia.gonzalez@softbank.com. Pleasure to meet all of you and hope to hear from you soon.
Thank you so much, Natalia, for joining us today and help us to give this event a great closure. That was it. Thank you so much for helping us to stay on time. It was a very good timing, just a little bit more than an hour. So thank you so much for joining us today. Remember that this event was recorded and will be published in our video content section, reverse pitch subsection, and each individual pitch will be published on its own profile in our database of institutional investors. Before letting you all people go, a couple of quick announcements. I share my screen. Of course, if you haven't signed up to Startup Links, startuplinks.world, it's for free for startups, for mentors, for investors. If you are a accelerator or institutional investor, find our form here and you'll be able to choose which one is your type of institution. And if you're a mentor, you can also sign up and start mentoring startups. If you are in Miami, I'll be more than happy to get to know you in person because tomorrow we'll be hosting this event along with the Venture City, Acela, and CFO Startup. So I'll be more than happy to see you there. If you are in Miami, this is an in-person cocktail. And what else? I think that will be it. Thank you so much, people that follow this event from YouTube or here on Zoom. It was a pleasure, and thank you so much for the comments. I was reading some comments on YouTube, like thank you so much. Thank you so much for everyone. Oh yeah, Natalia's contact. Let me copy and paste. Just can you please, Natalia, if you are still here? And yeah, this is the YouTube link, so people in Zoom can more than 200 people was on YouTube, more than 100 people was here on Zoom. So thank you so much, everyone. See you tomorrow, same time, Mexico City time, 10 a.m. in the morning. So will be also recorded on YouTube. Yep, both days are going to be recorded. And actually a couple of weeks later, we published the fall event, but already like edited without these pauses and some other things that doesn't add value. But thank you so much. It was a pleasure. See you very, very soon. It was very funny. Thank you so much for the VCs joining today. I'll share Natalia's contact. Don't worry. Just give me a minute. There it is. And see you tomorrow. Thank you, Alonso. Oh, well, you can now turn on your camera and maybe say something. Oh, this is on YouTube also. Thank you, Jorge, Adrián. Hey, Adrián. Manuel, Juan, Alonso. There it is also on YouTube and Zoom. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us today. It was pretty cool.
Buen evento, Isra, buen evento.
Gracias. Y felicidades.
Sí, estuvo increíble. La verdad estuvo súper bien.
Nico.
Súper bien, gracias, Isra.
Ya no me
interesante.
contactaste, Nico, pero gracias.
Sí, te marco ahorita.
Jorge.
Abrazo.
Let's go. See you tomorrow. Have a great Wednesday and enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.